Green Bay Packers are 3-6 and second in the NFC North in their division. Before the football season started, Davante Adams left the Green Bay Packers to go to Las Vegas. But before that, there was talks of Aaron Rodgers possibly leaving Green Bay and him not returning. Well, he returned, but Davante Adams did not. And it seemed to have obviously taken a toll on this offense because his number one trusted target left, and now Aaron Rodgers doesn't really have a guy that he can throw to. And now all season so far, there's been talk about the Packers receivers, and Aaron Rodgers doesn't have a number one guy to go to. And I'll get into the receivers in a little bit. But for me, it starts up front. The offensive line has been terrible. And by terrible, I mean they are getting bullied by defensive fronts, especially the talented ones like the Minnesotas, the New York Jets. Guys are literally getting pushed back into Aaron Rodgers. Defensive ends and defensive tackles don't really have to do much to get around them. And then when they do use a finesse move, they easily go high with ease. And next thing you know, Aaron Rodgers is on the ground. They get pushed back. There was a play against the New York Jets. And number 76, John Ruin Jr. or Runyon Jr. literally gets turned around into Aaron Rodgers. Like, he literally got spun around and was getting pushed into Aaron Rodgers. This offensive line is terrible. And I was like, my God, this is probably the worst offensive line in the NFL. I can remember the last time I've seen someone literally get turned around into their quarterback. Aaron Rodgers so far this season has been sacked 18 times. He's been blitzed 65 times. He's been hurried 26 times, and he's been hit 26 times. He's been pressured 70 times. That's not good for your quarterback, man. And he's 39 years old. Aaron Rodgers is going to be playing for very long. And going back to the receivers, I have to put some blame on the coaching staff as well. Yes, there isn't a Davante Adams there, but I don't think the play calling has been very good. Looking at some of Green Bay's film from some of their recent games, the play concepts and the play designs aren't really pulling the defenders out of their zone assignments. Like, a lot of the times the receivers are running downfield and they're just running into the zone assignments, and no one is able to get open, which causes Aaron Rodgers to hold on to the football. But when someone does get open, Aaron Rodgers can't make the completion because his offensive line can't protect him long enough and allows him to get crushed into the ground. And you don't see a whole lot of guys running across the field, guys running routes underneath, getting linebackers out of their assignments and creating an open window for Aaron Rodgers to throw to over the middle. The only time this offense is effective is when they're throwing the ball quickly, is when someone runs for about 5 or 6 yards, finds a hole in the zone and sits there, and Aaron Rodgers is able to hit him for a pass completion. And Green Bay will attack the flat. They've attacked the flat quite a bit so far this season. So the coaching staff needs to do a better job of trying to get guys open and to create one-on-one matchups. But at the same time, when there is a one-on-one matchup, the receivers don't really come down with the football very often. And Aaron Rodgers has to play better. There's been times where he's been a little inaccurate, and I thought this past Sunday against Detroit, that was obviously his worst game. He threw 3 interceptions. He missed Allen Lazard across the middle of the field for a touchdown. He underthrew a receiver for another wide open touchdown. So Aaron Rodgers needs to get it together. But then again, there are people that are saying, or probably saying, that he probably doesn't care anymore. He's done. He's wishy-washy, right? I don't look that deep into it. I just talk about what I see on the field, and what I see is an offense that is dysfunctional, and they don't look like they don't know what to do at times. If the Green Bay Packers are going to have a chance of getting back to the playoffs, I think that they are going to have to slow things down and utilize their running backs, gear their game plan towards their running backs. Only if Aaron Rodgers isn't able to find someone that he can rely on. If he isn't able to find that reliable target, which in my opinion, I think that guy could be Allen Lazard. He's been there a lot longer. I think that he is the only veteran receiver that is on that team right now. And he's shown that he can make some tough catches. So I think that Aaron Rodgers should probably work a chemistry with Allen Lazard, and maybe that'll open some things up in the passing game. But if that doesn't happen, they've got to utilize the running backs more. Slow things down. Have Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon run up the middle, run to the left, run to the right. Just have them dominate on the ground. Utilize Aaron Jones like you have been for the past few years now. Have him catch out of the backfield. Utilize screens. And then and stop throwing the ball to AJ Dillon out of the backfield as well. If I'm a Packers fan, I don't want AJ Dillon to be catching out of the backfield. I want my biggest and most powerful running back that's on my team to run up the gut and wear down defenders. Plus, I've heard talks of Romeo Doubs to be that number one guy for Aaron Rodgers to throw to. I haven't really seen him be that guy yet consistently. So as I'm looking at the Packers schedule, they have Dallas next, then the Titans, then the Eagles, then the Bears, then they have a bye, then the Rams, Dolphins, Vikings, and then the Lions again. So the Packers may very well go 2-6 for the rest of the season. They may finish the rest of this season 5-12. So I think in order for them to prevent that from happening, utilize your running backs, have your game plan go through them, run the ball, slow things down, utilize play action, and then I think they're going to give themselves a much better chance because the defense is giving them a chance to win some of these games, or a lot of these games. The defense is fine to me. Those are my thoughts on the Packers and what I think they should do to help save their season. Please like and subscribe. That is it. I am out.